Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jennifer Hardy, and you are listening to the Unstoppable podcast show. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are in the world. It is so appreciated. And today I'm joined by the beautiful Nina. Nina, give me your second name because every time I try and say it, I always mess it up. What is your beautiful surname?
It is Szewczak.
Szewczak. I'm honestly going to have to tattoo this into my forehead, honestly. So I actually remember. It's so beautiful. Nina, where is it you are in the world just now?
I am in the UK. I'm based in Poole in Dorset. It's a beautiful little seaside town.
Excellent. And you've got a gorgeous accent. So where is your accent from as well?
My accent is originally from Poland.
Amazing. Excellent. So Nina, let us just dive right in. There's so much I want to ask you. So first of all, I know that you have got an incredible Polish community for women. Is that right in saying?
Yes. So I was very passionate about sharing my skills and knowledge and my experience of coming to the UK and what I've learned with other people that are doing a similar thing, or women that have moved over here, because I feel very passionate about women creating their dream and desired lives, and I wouldn't want anyone to be held back by the fact that they don't feel confident because of the language skills. So I want to motivate them to learn, to integrate themselves with the British culture, to make the most of it, and to live the lives that they really want.
Oh, amazing. What is that platform called?
It's called Polka w UK, which is obviously in Polish, so to translate it to English is Polish Girl in the UK.
Oh, brilliant. Excellent. And that is, people can just go and join that and I think that you were saying that even though it's kind of centered around Polish, is there other girls in there that have just kind of moved to the UK too?
Yes, there are girls literally from all over the place, all over the world who are Polish or speak Polish or understand Polish, joining the group on Facebook or follow us on Instagram.
Fantastic. So why are you so passionate about that yourself? Because when did you move to the UK? It was a long, long time ago, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was almost 14 years ago. So I moved in 2004, and when I first came, I actually didn't speak a word of English. I didn't I didn't know anyone, and I basically decided that the university course that I was doing in Poland wasn't what I was passionate about. And I also knew that to get anywhere in life, I really needed to learn English, but I couldn't afford English lessons in Poland. So I thought, what a better way to learn than actually go to England.
And then having to actually just speak it all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've never even been to the UK before, not even on holiday, but I just packed one bag, took a 24-hour bus journey, and I arrived to London, Victoria. And I didn't know anyone, didn't speak a word of English, and actually, as much as it sounds either fun, brave, or crazy, the first kind of 6 months to a year were really, really hard. And it wasn't like right now. I feel that there are a lot more Polish communities and Polish people over here that may help each other, but back then there really weren't that many. So I was really on my own.
Oh my goodness. And what, even although you said there that the course that you were doing before back in Poland, you didn't really like it and you knew you just wanted to change things, was there anything else that just made you literally get up and pack a bag and take a bus to a place that you'd never been? Like that, for me, I just think that is the bravest thing that anyone could ever do. I've obviously thought about doing things like that, but I've never actually followed through with it. So was there anything else that was going on within your life that you thought, I just want to get out and I want a new, fresh, clean start?
Yes, well, actually, my mum moved to Italy when I was 17, so I lived on my own since, because I don't have any siblings, and my parents are divorced, and I don't really have contact with my father. And I always thought, how could she live abroad? I really love Poland. I didn't know any different. I grew up there, and I thought that's my country. But when I got to 20 years old, and I started the uni, and I thought, actually, this is a dead end for me. The course that I was doing, I wasn't really passionate about, but also Poland, I don't know, maybe things have changed now, but back then, especially, unless you have got the money or connections, there is no way that you can actually get where you want to get. So I really wanted to study law. I wanted to be a lawyer because justice is one of my values. And I knew that if I was to study law, I'm just never going to get the job that I want because I don't have the connections. So I thought, what's the point of me staying in this country? I won't be able to create the life that I really want. So I thought, well, I can either stay and have an okay life, but it's never going to be my dream life, or I can put myself completely out of my comfort zone. I go out in the world and see what else is out there, and and learn other stuff. So it was the moment of taking responsibility and ownership for my life, making that decision that I am not going to blame the country that I was born in, or my parents that don't have the connection, or the divorce, or whatever, the universe, for the fact that I was living in a country that I wasn't really happy in, and I didn't have money at all. I just thought, you know what, I'm 20 now. It's now time to step up and really take responsibility for yourself and take ownership for everything that I'm doing, all my actions, all my decisions, and see what happens.
And that is amazing, because there are a lot of women that are much, much older than 20 that still haven't taken that action yet, but really, really want to. So it's so inspiring, Nina, that you were still a young girl, still a really young girl, and you had the kind of, I don't know whether it's like you're an old soul or you just had this world kind of wisdom around you that made you go, okay, no, I am going to change things. Like, this is not the way that I want my life to go. It's incredible. So talk to me then. You came to the UK, you couldn't speak English at all. I take it, did you go straight into your course then after that?
Yes, so I started, thankfully, I got a job in KFC. I'm very grateful for it. I was making burgers because obviously I couldn't serve customers. I was the only European person in that KFC in Ashford, because everyone else there were like fabulous people from Zimbabwe, from Sri Lanka, and they were teaching me English. So not only did I have to learn the language, but also the different accents, which was good fun. But basically, I was working in KFC from 4 p.m. until midnight or 2 in the morning. And then I had college from midday until 3 p.m. So I was doing 3 hours of college every day to learn the basics, and just being surrounded by people. Like, the other things that I was doing a lot of is watching English movies with subtitles.
Yeah.
I bought myself a book that was 500 pages long, and I was determined that I will read it with understanding, and I was literally translating it word for word.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it sounds insane, but I was really determined that I'm going to learn this language, because I also feel like even if I wasn't planning on staying, I was never planning on staying here. I thought I will learn the language and then see what happens, and either go back to Poland and maybe do something else, or perhaps go to another country. I didn't really think that I will have like so many opportunities over here, because I didn't know the UK, but obviously I stayed. But yeah, I was really determined that I will learn, because I feel that if you come into a country, whatever country I'm going into, I always feel out of respect, like I want to learn the local language, even if it's just the basics, because I wouldn't want to just rely on the fact that I hope that someone will translate it for me, or if you need to go to a bank or post office or whatever, that someone will be able to speak Polish. I feel like if I'm coming to you as a guest, then I want to respect your culture, and I want to respect the language, and I want to learn as much as I can. Plus, like, I obviously couldn't afford English lessons in Poland, so to me it would have been crazy not to make the most of being in the UK. I was like, I am speaking to everyone. I know it's probably annoying people that don't really speak at all, but I'm trying to say a word here or word there or whatever, and it's taken a long time, but I'm like, I am making the most of everything to learn as much as I can.
It's so cool. And do you speak more than just 2 languages, don't you?
Well, I used to be fluent in German, but I have to say that the past few years I actually have forgotten a lot. I even forget a lot of Polish words now, and it's quite funny, because I quite often go to Germany, but when I start speaking German, I say the first half sentence in German and I finish off in English.
Listen, it's amazing. I have got so much respect, because when I go to different countries as well, I just try my best, even if it's a couple of sentences. I just think out of respect as well, it's just so nice to be seen as trying.
Yeah, and I think it's fun.
Yeah, and it is fun. And sometimes I've said things and I can see people laughing, and it's like, I've obviously not said the right word. And I can see them beginning to laugh, but they're always so nice and so kind of welcoming, because you're trying. You're just trying your best. So it's awesome. Okay, amazing. So tell me then, When you were at KFC, and like you said, you'd met some friends there and they were trying to help you with English, what happened after that? What happened? Because I know that you then went into actually having a proper corporate career as well.
Yes, well, because I originally started in Ashford, and then in KFC they've asked if I wanted to move to Bournemouth because they were opening a branch for the summer.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, if it's by the sea, then hell yes. So I came here, and then I saw an advert for Lash Cosmetics, an open day in the factory.
Yeah.
And where my English wasn't that great, to me, direct translations from English to Polish open day meant like a day where you come on a factory tour and experience. And I thought, how amazing, because I love their products. So I went on this factory tour, and I only had to fill in like some details when I arrived, on my address and phone number. And I thought, that's fair enough. They allow me to the factory. They've shown me how they make the bath bombs and gifts. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And then a few days later, I had a day off and I was on the beach, and I got a phone call asking if I want to come and work for them. And I thought, how random.
My goodness.
I obviously didn't realize that I actually have my details because I applied for a job. I just thought I was on a factory.
Amazing.
But anyway, I thought, yeah, I'm coming. So I started off as a Christmas temp, and I was basically filling shower gels in a factory, and I was working night shifts for the first 6 months. And then I was working really hard. I really loved what I was doing. And then I was lucky to be kept on after Christmas.
Yeah.
And then next Christmas, I was made a team leader. And then the following Christmas, I started to be I became a manager. And I managed a couple of the biggest departments. And then basically I've been with the company for 13 years, and I've now done like 7 different jobs. And then from the management, I won a manager of the year and transformed the department, which was really cool. And then I became a trainer. So I started training people in the product, but also my biggest passion was developing managers in management and leadership skills.
Yeah.
So I spent about 7 years training hundreds of people on personal effectiveness, on collaboration skills, time management, MBTI, obviously leadership and management skills. And it was absolutely wonderful. And then I started working a lot more with senior management, so developing the senior management levels. And then eventually I've been doing a lot of change, so going into departments and that are maybe struggling, or management teams that maybe aren't doing so well and need some extra skills. And I'll spend a few months with them, and basically my job is to transform the team and the department until they're successful. So yeah, it's been really, really an incredible journey, because I managed to learn so much, and I was gaining a lot of experience, but also alongside this, I've always been educating myself externally to make sure that all of my experience I'm also matching with some qualifications, just to make sure that I'm doing the right things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been incredible, but because I'm so passionate about people,
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. And I think to me, there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a person that you start working with and then seeing them being successful. So the last couple of departments I've spent the most time with actually ended up winning the department of the year, and they both went head to head as being the top. And I'm like, to me, that was like the proudest moment, seeing the people that you've worked with being the stars of the show, which is
I love it. And yes, I know, Nina, that you have got some amount of qualifications under your belt, don't you? Because what would we call you, like a serial studier?
Yes, honestly, like I feel like I've been on this qualification treadmill going quite fast, because I don't know if it's like in Poland, basically everyone, because straight from school you go and do your masters because university is free. And because I left university obviously after 3 months, I always felt like not worthy or not good enough, or quite embarrassed that I never finished it. So I thought that, okay, if I do a qualification, it will help me. But I did one, then another one, then another one, and actually thought that none of them are giving me any more confidence or making me feel any better. So, but I also love learning and studying. So even now I'm still studying, and I'm halfway through, but I'm already thinking, what am I going to do next? Because I think you have to, there's so much to learn in this like incredible world that I'm gutted I'm not going to have enough time to learn everything.
I know exactly. I'm the same. I'm looking into, or I was accepted to do some things at uni as well. I like Open University.
Amazing.
History, English literature, all these kind of amazing things, and theology, and all of these. I just feel as if I just want my brain to always be eating knowledge, like just so that I love the fact sometimes that, you know, I'll be in a room, and I do sometimes look quite young, and I'll be in a room with a lot of older people, and they will begin to speak about a subject that, you know, I should probably not know that much about, and I'm able to hold my own conversation. You know, it's just a great feeling, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. I love it. So, okay, fantastic. Amazing career, an amazing story, an amazing journey. But tell me now, what is your new mission? Because you're about to launch something super exciting for women who have been in your boat in some capacity before, or women that just want this incredible life that you are creating for yourself. So Nina, talk to me a little bit about what you are launching.
I am launching Gold Diggers. So my business is called Gold Diggers by Nina Szewczak, and it is for women who want to step into their best and create their dream and desired lives. I feel very passionate about the fact that I think we all have a very brief moment on this incredible planet. And there's so much that you can achieve in your life and so much you can do. I wouldn't want anyone to waste even 1 minute. So I really, because I'm so passionate about people, and I have gained so many experiences and skills and knowledge over the years, like now I'm sharing it. So through my coaching business, I will be helping women to step up, create their dream businesses, or build them out and scale them up.
It's so exciting, amazing. And I know that already, even just before launch, you have an incredible team behind you. Do you want to talk to me a little bit about the team that you have as well? That would be awesome.
Absolutely. So I'm also very passionate about collaboration.
Yes.
I feel like we all have specific skills and passions, but to be truly great, I think collaboration is key, because there's no way that you will be able to do everything yourself. And I think it's so much more fun if you can work with each other and support each other. Yeah. So there are 3 of us within the team. It's myself, my best friend, who I've known since we were 3, so we've known each other for 31 years now.
Wow.
And her little sister, who I still think is a little sister, but she's now 25, so not so little. And basically I do the coaching and I create the content, and they're my social media and kind of PR queens, and they organize everything. So, and it's just been an incredible journey. And we have also got a photographer who is helping us, and working together is just so much fun. Like I absolutely love it. It doesn't feel like work, because we're all so passionate about sharing our knowledge, sharing our skills, and inspiring and motivating people. It's just incredible.
It's so much better than, you know, trying to do everything on your own, isn't it? You know, when you can actually knock some ideas off people and say, what do you think? What's your opinions? It's much, much better way of working. And I feel as if a lot of people come into this space as solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, and they think that they have to do everything on their own, but you have to just look around you and find people that you're inspired by and that adore you and adore what your mission is. And you, of course, have the same kind of mutual respect for them, and find ways of working together, find ways of collaborating. It is absolutely the best thing that you could possibly do. And I am really excited about your launch, Nina. It's going to be incredible. And tell me a little bit about where people can actually find you if they're interested in working with you.
So people can find us on Instagram. Our Instagram account is just Gold Diggers by Nina. We have got a Facebook fan page, which is Gold Diggers by Nina Szewczak. Szewczak is spelled by Szewczak.
Excellent.
Tricky name, I know. We have also got a Facebook community, so it's a free community that any lady is very welcome to join. And it's just, again, Gold Diggers by Nina Szewczak. And you can also find me on LinkedIn under just Nina Szewczak. So there's plenty of ways to get in touch, and I'm just really passionate about sharing everything that I have learned so far and everything that I will be learning as I go along. Because I think one of my biggest dreams when I was young was to, like, if I was to do any job in the world, was to be a Santa Claus, which is funny. But
that is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I just always felt like if I could be Santa, that would be amazing, because Santa Claus makes everyone's dreams come true. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do. So I feel that's what I think that's what I want to do now. Obviously the Santa's job is already taken, so I have to figure out a different way. But I think through coaching and helping people transform and providing them with the skills that they can use over and over again to create the results that they want. I think that's super powerful, and you don't have to wait until Christmas.
Amazing. Oh, I love it. So, so cool. So also just one thing to finish off, because people are listening to your story and it's so inspiring, and it seems as if, you know, it's just been a really beautiful journey. But Nina, tell me, has there been moments that you have when I kind of want to just give up, like this is too hard? Has there been times that have been real struggles? And yeah, has there been down times as well throughout your journey?
Oh God, massively, massively. I think what you see perhaps on social media now, where everyone is creating this dream, incredible, perfect lives,
Yeah.
puts a lot of pressure on people, feeling like that's how life should be, but that's completely not true. And I feel like I am where I am, and I've got the skills that I have got and the strength that I've got, not because of the great times, but mainly because of the harsh reality of life sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it definitely, there have been plenty of times, I think since a young age, I think my parents' relationship, I would never blame anything on what happened, but hasn't been great. And my father, like, I had a massive rejection from him, and I had to get over it. I never thought it had affected me until like a couple of years ago, when I started to actually understand
Yeah.
how things like this affect you. And then when I was 16, I lost my friends and my first love in a horrendous car crash, which has really kind of knocked me to the ground for at least a couple of years, because I was so young. And although you think, okay, well, first love, like, you know, it's silly, it doesn't matter. And I know we wouldn't be together for our life, because we just weren't suited for each other. But at the same time, to have someone so important, someone's life cut short right in front of your very eyes, it was a very traumatic experience. And then even coming, like, first of all, my mum moving to Italy and me living on my own since I was 17, it definitely hasn't been walk in the park. Like, my friends at school discuss, you know, what should I be wearing to a party tonight? I was thinking, like, you know, shit, like, my fridge is broken, I haven't got no money, how am I gonna get it fixed? So I had more of an adult problems, where maybe I should have more of a carefree period at that younger age. Perhaps that's why I maybe had a little bit more kind of mature mindset at a younger age, purely because of circumstances. And then coming to the UK, although it sounds like, I don't know whether that was brave or just simply crazy, but even like the first 6 months, like, I remember crying on the phone to my mum every day, saying, I can't do this, like, I don't know what to do with myself. And my mum would say, why don't you just go back home, like, I will send you some money. And I was like, I would grit my teeth and be like, no, I'm 20 years old, I'll make this work, like, I will make this work. And it's definitely been difficult, because even like silly things that even I take for granted now, like, I couldn't open a bank account because I wasn't renting a flat, but I couldn't rent a flat because I didn't have a bank account. And it's like, it is silly things that you don't necessarily think about, but they're there, and they are big at that time, where you don't have anyone, when you really feel lonely, when you don't speak the language, when you don't have anyone that can help you. So it's definitely been tricky. And even throughout my career, although, like, I had incredible opportunities within the company, obviously, that I worked for, and I did lots of amazing things, but some years, like my first year as a manager in a new department, was just awful. Like, it was so difficult. Like, I was crying every day saying, I'm leaving straight after Christmas, I can't do this anymore. But all of the harsh times where, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I treat everything as a lesson. And that I kind of started learning from this. I now, my mindset is that every time I go through something really, really awful, and you will, like, no matter how many happy thoughts you're trying to think, and how positive you are, because I'm naturally quite positive anyway, there will be times where it's uncomfortable, and there will be times where things are happening to you that are just horrendous and you wouldn't wish it on anyone. But my way of coping with it now is, like, I think there is a lesson in there, and I might not be able to see it just yet, but it will come at the right time. So every time I go through something quite bad, that maybe, you know, even a longer period of time, I think when I need this lesson, it will make itself clear to me. So I'll just have to get through it. So yeah.
It is. It's when you're doing this entrepreneurial journey as well, it can be so hard, you know, at times. But like you said, there is always a lesson in every single thing that you go through. And every single time that you have those lessons, it up levels you massively, and it scales you up as a person. So never mind business wise, it's as a person. It makes you stronger. It makes you bigger. Just makes you bigger as a person, as a human being, because you can relate to people on a completely different level as well when you've got these lessons under your belt. So thank you so much for sharing that, Nina. And I know the people that are listening out there some will be able to relate, some will be able to think, you know, they've been going through their own struggles and problems and issues, and that if you can get through it, then there's maybe hope for them too. And I think that's what's really important about this session, and you being so open and honest. So thank you so much for sharing it, Nina.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, and thank you for being a massive inspiration as well. Like, I really love your style and how much you collaborate with women, how supportive you are, because I think that's exactly what is needed in the world. I feel like there needs to be more holding each other's hands and, you know, looking over your shoulder, seeing who's behind you, reaching out to them and seeing who's in front of you and asking them for help as well. And I think your style, you know, and how you lead with your heart, it's just incredible and very inspiring to me, very inspiring.
Oh, thank you so much. That is so lovely. So one last thing, Nina, I know that for my guests that are, or my audience that are out there listening today, that you have put together an awesome freebie for them to take away, which is amazing. Can you talk to me a little bit about that, and of course where we can find it?
Absolutely. So I've put in a lot of work into an incredible tool that is the Six Figures Business Plan. So basically everything that I had learned over the past 10 years, it's all in it, and it's all available for free to everyone. So it's, yeah, I'm really proud of it, and I really want as many people as possible to obviously make the most of it and use it, because I feel like all of my lessons, the great and the harsh, you know, weren't for nothing, and I really want to make sure that I can share them with people, and that people don't have to make the same mistakes that I made on their way, and can have slightly an easier journey. So for anyone who would like to get this freebie, you just need to join my Facebook community, which is Gold Diggers by Nina, Szewczak, on Facebook, and let me know that you would like this freebie, and of course I'll send it to you. So I'm really proud of this. I think it's incredible and super helpful for business, and hopefully it will help people avoid making mistakes and speed up their growth that they want to achieve.
Excellent, amazing. That is so kind of you for dropping that with us. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Nina. I cannot thank you enough. It's been an amazing episode. I know that everyone out there is going to get so much value from everything that you shared. You know, the good times, the bad times, the struggles, the bravery that you've shown is just, it blows my mind. It's incredible, and I am so proud and happy to be able to collaborate with you in some way. So thank you again, Nina, for being here.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening again to everyone that's out there listening. I really appreciate you being here and taking heed of this awesome episode today. If you would like to know anything more about Nina, and of course find out where all her links are, you can just scroll down. And of course, if you want to find out a little bit about Unstoppable and what we do, our details are just below as well. So have a gorgeous day or night wherever you are, and I will speak to you all real soon.